My money would be on Jake Paul beating Tyrone Woodley. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on YouTube community? I'm your host, Ibrahima, aka Bad Guy Ibra, and it's been announced that YouTube sensation Jake Paul is going to be fighting the former UFC Welterweight champion of the world in Tyrone Woodley in again an exhibition bout, just like his previous fights against Ben Askren, Nate Robinson, Common Schultz Gamer, and Anderson Gibb. I'm actually excited to see what's going to materialize between the two fighters. Obviously, Jake Paul has talked a lot of trash about Woodley and Woodley's former teammate in Ben Askren, and obviously now when he fought Ben Askren, he obviously knocked him out. Well, he TKO'd him, and obviously now he's going to be facing the former UFC welterweight champion in Tyrone Woodley. And just to clarify, Tyrone Woodley was a former champion and actually defended his belt four times, twice against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, once against Damian Maia, and once against Darren Till. And Jake Paul is just a YouTuber. Think of Woodley, although we've never seen Tyrone Woodley in a boxing ring before, but Woodley has power. I mean, we've seen him knocked out Robbie Lawler out cold, and he dropped Stephen Wonderboy Thompson multiple times. But we're seeing kind of a decline in terms of his fighting skills. His career is in a hole, to be honest. He is in some stage of decline. I mean, he's lost to Colby Covington, he's lost to Kamaru Usman, he's lost to Gilbert Burns, and he got choked out by Vicente Luque. So it's not going good for Woodley. And then him jumping in a boxing ring with a monster like Jake Paul, who's just been sleeping every single person, I think is very dangerous for Woodley. And some people might think, although Woodley has the power, and you might have a presumption that Jake Paul is going to be the person who needs to be concerned about Woodley's power. But in my personal opinion, and I know this sounds like I don't want to bring too much hype in a fight that's not really exciting. I'm just trying to be truthful as possible. I don't see Woodley having a chance against Jake Paul. I personally don't. Yes, there's obviously he's a fighter. I mean, he's done really well in his UFC career, but things don't seem to be going good for him at the moment. But then trying to step in a boxing ring, which is literally a completely different form of fighting. I mean, you got to rely on your footwork, your movement, your head movement, and all of that. And there's constant pressure, and I'm pretty sure the ring is going to be smaller than he's used to. He's never fought in a boxing, probably. Well, he's probably never fought in a boxing ring competitively. Jake Paul has done it multiple times. He's done it against Common Schultz Gamer. He's done it against Anderson Gibb. He knocked out Nate Robinson, and quite recently TKO'd Ben Askren. So he has the proof that he has the evidence that he can do it. He's proven to himself multiple times that he can do it. Tyrone Woodley has never done it before. But again, there's nothing wrong with challenging. Someone like fighting. I mean, it's just what we do, right? It's just what we watch. There's nothing wrong with a challenge. But then for him to try and look down on Jake Paul because Jake Paul's like a 23-year-old YouTuber and have a presumption that he's just going to beat him, it's not going to happen. It really is not going to happen. And I don't know what your thoughts are in the fight what are your thoughts, to be honest? Because my thoughts are, yes, it's probably going to be an exciting fight, to be honest, but there's just no way that I can see Woodley winning, although he has power. I'm saying this based on experience in the boxing ring, and someone's go, well, he's training and that, but there's a different feel. There is really a different feel in terms of just having the experience and experiencing the crowd and actually fighting someone in a boxing ring to someone who's never done it before and someone who's already had a terrible record in the UFC. He lost all his last 4 fights in the UFC. All his previous 4 fights in the UFC, Tyrone Woodley has lost it. I mean, his friend Ben Askren he can use his friend Ben Askren as a proof that it's not as easy as you might make it out to be. I mean, Ben Askren got slept by Jake Paul, so there's a possibility that Woodley can get the same fate, the same outcome happen to him, to be honest. But obviously, again, since it's fighting, anything is possible. I mean, you don't want to discount Woodley as being a potential winner, or you don't want to discredit what he's done in his UFC career. But what I'm saying is, this is the ring, this is the 4-squad ring, this is boxing, and things work slightly different from boxing to the octagon. Although I'm a UFC fan, I'm also a boxing fan too, and I'm trying to speak the truth that Jake Paul is the favorite in my eyes, although people are going to try and hype the fight up in a sense where they try and make Woodley the favorite because Jake Paul is a young YouTuber, 23 years old, and I don't agree with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what your thoughts and opinions are on this fight, to be honest, but it's been announced literally. I think it was announced yesterday, but I actually saw it on Instagram quite recently because, you know, I'm late. I'm late at it. I was just, you know, check my phone and that. And it's like Jake Paul versus Woodley. It's actually been officially announced today, but the rumors were yesterday, and people make posts about it. Ariel Helwani, Jake Paul has finally posted it as well. So I'm like, okay, if Jake Paul has posted it, Duke Rufus, who's I think Tyrone Woodley's coach, has posted it. Yeah, he's Tyrone Woodley's coach, and then multiple other sources as well have posted it. I mean, credible sources, reliable sources have posted it. And I mean, what else? What else is it there to be denied? Like, what do you want to deny? So overall, my perspective on the bout between Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley is that due to experience, again, as I've mentioned, due to what we've seen Jake Paul display in terms of boxing skills, due to power, due to calmness and just being loose in a boxing ring, due to experience and just feeling, essentially knowing how it feels being in the ring, in a boxing ring and then fighting people who are as competitive as yourself, I think Jake Paul would have the advantage. And for me personally, if I were to bet, because I don't gamble, but if I were to bet, definitely my money would be on Jake Paul beating Tyrone Woodley 100%. This is not just me being a, you know, being a fanboy of Jake Paul. I mean, Jake Paul has done things and has said things that are very questionable. I mean, you know Jake Paul anyways. The people, you either like him or you hate him. You just can't be in the middle. Don't ask me my perspective or how I feel about Jake Paul, to be honest. Don't ask me. We're not talking about that. But what I'm saying is, his fight against Woodley, he's going to be, in my eyes, he's going to be the favourite, and he is going to beat Woodley. That's how I feel. That's my prediction, again, as I've mentioned the reasons why, ladies and gentlemen. So how do you feel about this fight? What are your thoughts on this fight? What are you... leave it in the comment sections. Let's have a dialogue about it. Because, you know, although we've seen him knock out Ben Askren, but Woodley is no joke. He's gonna come to fight, and he ain't gonna try and make himself look stupid, being knocked out by a 23-year-old kid like Jake Paul. I mean, he's not gonna let that happen. He's Tyrone Woodley, former UFC Welterweight champion of the world, holds victories against Darren Till, holds victories against Damian Maia, twice against Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So he fights. He knocked out Robbie Lawler, remember, former UFC Welterweight champion of the world as well. So yes, he can fight. He can fight, definitely, but again, this is boxing, so we'll see what's going to happen. We'll definitely see what's going to happen, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Paul, Tyrone Woodley. Aren't you excited? I am. Things just seem to be going perfect. They just seem to be going perfect. But like, as I've mentioned, things seem to be going legendary, and Jake Paul's older brother, Logan Paul, is actually going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather, the Money Mayweather, one of the greatest professional boxers of all time, former professional boxers of all time, 50-0, I mean 51-0, you could debate, but the fight against Conor McGregor, that was more like an exhibition anyway. He's going to be fighting Jake Paul's older brother in Logan Paul. I mean, the bout is close. I think it's in 5 days, on the 6th of June, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, I think I should know that. It's in the 6th of June. Anyways, yeah, Logan Paul against Floyd Mayweather. I mean, we're also looking forward to that fight. And now his brother's going to be fighting Woodley as well. So, yeah, I mean, sensational. I mean, do you think Logan Paul also has a chance against a Mayweather? I don't know. Really, does he really? I mean, we're talking about 50-0, the Money Mayweather, and then now his younger brother in Jake Paul, out of all people, I mean, is facing Tyrone Woodley, also out of all people, ladies and gentlemen. So I appreciate you obviously taking the time and watching this video. And as I've mentioned, it's literally an amazing time being a UFC fan and being a boxing fan all at the same time. It's just fights available. Fights are just coming up, mate. Aren't you excited? Because I am. Fights are coming up available. Jake Paul, Woodley, Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather, Dustin Poirier is coming up with Conor McGregor, Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori. Come on. Who else is complaining? I ain't. I definitely ain't. So ladies and gentlemen, That's all I've got to say, to be honest. That's all I've got to say. So make sure to like the video down below, comment and subscribe with your notification bells turned on. And you know the bit, like once you turn on your subscription, tap the bit where it says all, so that you can get notified anytime I upload a video. And that's about it really. Leave comment sections and let's create a dialogue and have interactions in the comment sections. And also try and click the two videos, subscribe down here and click a video, or reverse subscribe down here and click this video. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have yourselves a fantastic day.